back to another fabulous video on my channel where we're going to be doing another week in my life type of vlog where I'm going to take you about the books I'm reading and my runs and different things like that. And then at the end of the week, I have something unique and special planned for every vlog going forward and any books I'm writing video, possibly probably more than vlogs. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so at the bottom of this video, I'm going to be linking my Tumblr. It's going to be directly after where I talk about the vlog is about. So I want you guys to go ahead and go click on there and then go follow my Tumblr, where I'm going to be posting daily writing prompts. So you get to actually read my writing. I'm going to be posting them every single day is the plan. I'm going to go running in the morning. When I get home, I haven't got a shower today because I wasn't really super sweaty because I just walked. And then when I get back, right before I get my shower, right after I get my shower, I'm going to find a writing prompt. There's plenty of them. I want you guys to comment on this video. I want you guys to comment, on them and figure out which one you like the best. I'm making a whole video dedicated to my Tumblr and writing prompts because they're going to be such a big part of my community on this channel. As at the end of every video, if you stick until the end, I'm going to give you guys a writing prompt to answer in the comments. Maybe one day it would turn into, maybe this is how I'll do a giveaway or something like that. I'm not really sure yet, but for now, it's just a fun little thing that we can create here. I'll give my favorite writing prompt of the week, and you guys can answer it in the comments down below at the end of every vlog. Very, very excited for that. The first prompt was, write a story based on the metaphor, love is a fine wine. By the middle, I kind of forgot it was fine wine. I put a red wine, so, it's okay. But I did really like how it turned out. I don't know how long it was, though. I don't even know if that's something you can look and inspect. I'm not sure. But either way, I'll throw it in the document real fast now. Just figure it out because I'm curious. But yeah, I'll talk more about it a little bit later in the vlog. But I also have my other project that I'm going to be working on in 2 weeks. And I'm going to try to get all this stuff printed over into Scrivener. It's going to be one of the big focuses. I'm going to be reading part of it today. I only want to write the first 2 chapters today just to kind of refresh my brain, and as I read through it, I'm going to add things to Scrivener, but then I'll tell you my TBR when we go upstairs. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for this vlog. I'm very, very excited to be reading again, and yeah, cool. Okay, so I decided I would update you guys. Literally, I wrote my prompt, like I said, like I told you. I'm just going to very quickly go through the books that I'm currently reading, and the books I want to get to. So, let's do that. I was going to partake in a readathon, and then I decided not to, as I kind of just want to casually read for the next few days. So I'm just going to grab the books that are top priority, and any other ones we'll just talk about. So The Walking Dead, I'm reading a volume a night. So tonight, when I lay down before I go to bed, I'm going to read for like an hour or so. Very, very excited to finally start this. The goal is to finish the compendium by the end of next week. I'm currently working through A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. I don't know how much I'm going to want to read this, so I'm going to probably end up changing over to Love Rosie and finishing Love Rosie, and then finishing A Clockwork Orange. I am kind of on a timetable with this, because I do want to watch the movie before it leaves Netflix, to compare the difference. I'm like 100 or so pages into this already, so I'm like 50 or so pages into Clockwork Orange. And then at some point during this week, probably around Thursday or Friday, I'm going to spend the whole day reading In the Ocean Was Our Sky. Probably when I finish whichever book I'm going to pick up first. I'm assuming Love Rosie. When I finish Love Rosie, I'll pick this up and I'll spend the whole day reading that. And yeah, my audiobook, because I do know I'm going to get that question, is going to be between Harry Potter and Again But Better. I'm assuming I'm just going to listen to Again But Better. I don't really like the person who's audioing that, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to enjoy it, and I really want to enjoy that novel, so I might go to Harry Potter, which I know I love. So, one or the other. And then the other book that's an honorable mention that we'll be picking up next week, probably, so I wouldn't worry about this week, and that is The Behemoth, The Court of Mist and Fury, which I'm going to read in a whole week. So, that would be the goal around then, but yeah. Okay, guys, I will talk to you guys very soon with an update. I'm going to set a timeout on my phone. I'm going to read the first 2 chapters of my contemporary project, and then I'm going to read as much as possible in 30 minutes of both of these. Love Rosie leaves Netflix tomorrow, so I'm guessing tonight and midnight, so I'm going to have to get it from the library. That sucks, but it's okay. So I'm going to try to finish this within the next few days. I guess the goal is probably to read 100 pages today of it. Okay, so I figured I'm going to do a time lapse for 30 minutes. My little sister has to read. I figured I would read with her since that's what this whole week's about, is relaxing. And these next 2 weeks are about relaxing and not really working, and I'm still kind of working in a way. Like I mentioned earlier, I did finish my first draft of one of my other books, but I am planning on querying and trying to find an agent and trying to get published within the next year or so. I'd say the plan is within the next year to 2 years, and so I'm finishing up another draft that I'd already began. I am 16,000 words into this draft, and I start writing it completely, not over, because I really like most of it that I wrote. I really enjoyed the story, but I wanted to go back over it before I jump back into it, and so I'm going to read like 2 chapters a day. There's 10 chapters. Maybe I'm going to start with 2, and then I'll read like 1 or tomorrow or something like that. So every day I'm going to read a little bit of the first part of the manuscript. The first third is what I'm assuming that I have here, or I'm about to have the first third. It's going to be like 65,000 words for the whole book. So definitely the first draft is going to be somewhere between 55 and 65,000 words is my assumption. And so yeah, that's what these are. These are the first 2 chapters printed out. I did all 10 chapters printed out. My mom was going to read it before I started writing again. Now I gave her the deadline of 4 chapters, as it is a contemporary romance novel, and I really just wanted to flow really nicely, and the characters have really good chemistry is like the main focus here, and so I'm having her read parts of it. I did load everything up inside Scrivener already, which is really nice, and all that fun stuff. Nothing super planned out. I'm also going to be reading Love Rosie when I get done reading these, as this is what I'm reading first. Then I'm going to try to get to page like 100 or 2 or 150 of Love Rosie today. So up to you guys later on tonight. Let's go ahead and do that time lapse, and when the time lapse is over, I'll quit reading and she can continue doing whatever she needs to do. So, wasn't really planning on talking about while I read it, but I'm gonna read something. I need to say goodbye, I state calmly. You shouldn't have. This isn't goodbye. He states calmly. I can't think of another adjective to use other than calmly. Oh my gosh. Also, it's really weird because, you know, it's going back and forth, which I'm really bad about this. In tenses, I think this story is mostly told in past tense, which is nice. Church of Samuel had the same problem where tenses were all messed up, but yeah, just something I need to focus on while I'm writing now. Like, really pay attention to it. Also, timeline. Gonna create one for this book before I start. Okay, we're gonna go back to reading now. Just figured I would let you guys know that Conley is used a lot so far. So, okay. the second chapter takes mostly place in an airport. The first first 5 chapters take place in like an airport. Maybe the first 4, I can't remember exactly. The first 40 pages takes place in the airport, and I just forgot how cute it is. It's so sweet. It's so nice to have really genuinely good characters. When I normally write such horrible characters, I mean, I have a few good characters mixed in because that's what you do when you write. But our main character is it's just really sweet of a person, and his family is so nice, and there's so tender moments. I have some tears in my eyes because it's so cute, and it's really well written. There's a few things, so me when I write, I forget is and I. Well, I mean just is the and things in front of words, and so some sentences run weird because of that. Because in my head I wrote it, but I didn't write it on. I didn't actually type it, and so that's a bit weird. But also, something else to note is that I don't know if I did the whole plane thing correctly. He has a layover, and he is traveling. Our main character is a dude. It's a gay romance. I think I mentioned that before. He is traveling from one part of the country to the other part of the country, and most of his things for college, and most of his things are being transported there, and so 90% of his stuff he's not taking with him. And so I don't know if I did it right, since I've never really. I know it's a thing that happens. I just have never actually done it before. So that would probably require a little bit more research than I'm willing to put in, I'm assuming. But I just want to mention how great the characters are and how much I'm in love with the characters. I cannot wait to meet the love interest. He does not show up yet. It's not until 50 pages in, but I'm waiting. I'm excited for that moment. In which, that's a good question. When is it too soon for a love interest to show up? I did a lot of research, especially in new adult books, to figuring out like when the first kiss is and when the first sex scene is and like all that other stuff, since this is a new adult romance. And I have some numbers, some similarities between every other book. Like a young adult romance normally has like a kiss scene on the first kiss is normally between 70 and 80 pages inside the novel and different things like that. And so I have all that stuff, and the timing is not the problem. It's just I was curious to see how far into the novel do you want your main character's romance to pop up if they don't know each other yet. Let me know in the comments down below, as I am extremely curious to find out. But let's get back to reading, as I want to read more. but I did officially finish chapter 2, and I really liked it. I remember when I wrote it, I was nervous because there's a lot of inner head dialogue, which some people don't like. I really like. I think you really get to know the character really well through memories and different things, and we're starting at a point in his life where he had, 18, 19 years prior to that we didn't really get to know. And so hearing things, small little details, makes me really feel like I know this character and that I can really feel my heart opening up to this character, and I don't want to see anything bad happen to him, which is nice to know, nice to see, personally. It was a trick I really used with Elizabeth Snow, and it really made me fall in love with that character to, like, no end. Unlike my character in Church of Samuel, Abel, who I've said before, I didn't really end up falling in love with that character. I think he was just a very good anchor for the story. That was much more plot heavy, though. This is definitely a character driven story, not a plot driven story, which is, I'm okay with that. Some people hate that. I kind of like them both. I like reading story driven. I like reading plot driven, character driven, plot driven books. My only problem I had with this, other than a few like mishaps of like wording and different things like that, the tense going back and forth, literally in conversations it goes from I said to I say, like those are two different tenses. Said is past, say is present. What am I going with? How do I know? I'm sure it gets worse as time progresses, as I go through more of this. But one of the things I really want to take note on is that the final two paragraphs, I didn't mind them. I do think because there's a point in the story, point in this chapter, you find out how long it's going to take for all this to go down, and then it's like those time just kind of like disappear from him, and I didn't really think that was done well. So I think this whole last section, page 19, really needs to kind of work its way through, as I like the second, like the middle paragraph on it. There's four. I like the middle paragraph, but the paragraph above it needs some working. There needs to be like a bridge paragraph in between that one and this one, or an extension to that paragraph to kind of explain where the time went, and then also from my paragraph that I really do like to the final paragraph, which sets up, the rest of the story. There needs to be a good bridge between that, as well, as I think there's something missing. I just don't feel like I wrote it. This chapter was extremely long. I remember when I wrote it, it was like 2,000 to like 600 words, which is relatively odd for me, as I like to stick to shorter chapters. It just is what it turns out. So with that being said, probably in my head I was like, this is too long. I'm not going to put the bridge in, but now I feel like I need to write the bridge. And I really want to write the bridge is like majorly the problem, I think. But I love this character. Oh my gosh. I have so many different things I get to write about him in a character sheet. I love him with my whole heart. And I cannot wait for my mom to meet him. I think she's going to love him as much as I do, which is nice. But it has been 30 minutes, which is weird. And I have not even started on Love Rosie. I just been gushing about myself. So hopefully tonight, I'll try to. I do have a thing. We have a open house thing for my little sister. She starts kindergarten, in next week, and so that's like something that's happening tonight. But other than that, I'm pretty free. So maybe I'll watch the next Barbie movie. I'll get some Love Rosie reading done. That'll be my goal. Alright. I'll update you guys later. And yeah. I'm really excited, guys. I'm having so much fun. I love being back in the story, away from the really sadness that is Church of Samuel, and being in something a little bit more light. It still deals with some very dark themes, with depression and different things like that. Some heavy themes, I should say, as every new adult romance does. But I still love the characters so much that, like, I'm having a blast. And I'm just happy to be reading again, as, my brain just needs, like, a break from writing. Yet, writing that little prompt this morning, oh my gosh, it was so fun. Okay, I'll update you guys later on tonight, and I'm just gonna go tell her to, switch over to her other work. Okay, so you guys have asked why I haven't been posting many vlogs. And tomorrow's vlog will be a clear sign, or today's vlog, of why. It's 57 minutes long. Hour-long videos are a risk, to be honest with you, but I do like them, and I'm posting this one in particular because it means so much dearly to me since I did complete my manuscript in that time period, and I wrote 25,000 words also in that time period. So, yeah, I think that's important to document and to vlog, and even if it is very long, it is what it is. I'm about to sit down to watch Fast and Furious 6, as I'm going to go see Hobbs and Shaw probably tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed. And I'm going to read some Walking Dead while I watch it, as I don't have to pay attention to everything. I'll probably look up for the additional action sequences and the Letty and Bob moments in particular. Maybe some Mia and Brian moments, since they're far from in between. Alright, I will talk to you guys very, very soon with another update. And yeah. Look how flattering that is.
Why are we recording?
This one's bad.
I don't like to record things.
Okay, so yesterday all I had in was a very short little clip of me going, and I think walking. I always, if I end up walking in the morning, like this evening, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for a walk with my little sister instead of running, because I've slept in, because that's what you do on certain days, you just sleep in. But, on, like, so, when I go running or whatever, those would probably be in here. And it's more like a daily check for me, like, oh, okay, we've walked it, I ran. But also, last night I went and saw Hobbs and Shaw. I'm going to film that review today. I'm going to post the video going up on my main channel as its main priority, and then I'm going to go and post Spider-Man over on my other channel. Then hopefully we can get 2 other reviews out today or in this week. I ditched the schedule for that series, that channel, but yeah. Either way, I think I've not yet read anything. I started a new audiobook, Anonymous Girl. It's a thriller, because that's what I like listening to, I guess. But, I think I'm gonna read my next chapter of my book that I'm writing, because, yeah, I really like the second chapter, and I really want to know if I was impressed by the third one. Hopefully I can get into Love, Rosie today. I'm currently looking for it. Kinda can't find it. And hopefully I can read The Walking Dead tonight before I go to bed after I get done watching a movie with my sister. We'll have to see how all that stuff plays out. Not really sure. But yeah, okay. Talk to you guys soon. So, it is Thursday now. My sister's friend's coming today. My friend's probably coming this weekend. So I probably will be ending this vlog today or tomorrow. Still trying to get all the information for that. But with that being said, I am putting down Love, Rosie. I read a few reviews on Goodreads to see if I was the only person who thought this way. The book itself is like 450 pages long, where I think an editor, I think I mentioned this when I first started reading it, but I don't know if it was a part. You guys didn't see it because I started reading it during readathon that I ended up not doing. But my point being here is that it was rough. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like I wasn't enjoying myself. I read the first 180 pages. I think this is one of those books where the movie is superior. And I don't think, even because I did see the movie first, I don't think it changed my opinion in a way about this book either. Because the book itself is slow. And some people really like slow books. But with the type of material that we're reading under, in which we're getting scenes that never happened, or we're getting scenes that did happen but we just didn't know it happened, I think this book could have really helped with, I think the concept was really cool, of having a love story that played over decades of time, and you could see their whole lives develop. And I guess you can't really do that. I mean, you can. I bet there's a book out there. Please comment down below. But you can't really do that in a singular book of saying, hey, yeah, this is what happens. In chapter form, but in text form, email, memos, things like that, it just did not work for the material that it was given. And I just don't think the author, who is very well written, she does a good job with the writing. It wasn't good. It was very slow, very boring at best. The first 100 or so pages were amazing, and then I treaded real slow the next 80 pages, so it sucked. So I am putting it down. I'm DNFing it, and I'm okay with that. I have come to the conclusion that I really just don't care if I DNF books. Just means I get to move on to better books. I'm still listening to an Anonymous Girl. I'm about to go for my walk in 20 or so minutes, and then I will be listening to it again. I'll be continuing to listen to it. I'm very happy with how that is going. I'm still 2 books behind schedule. I'm supposed to be at 60. I'm at 58. So hope we can finish Anonymous Girl this this week or next week. And today, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with my mom to go pick up my sister's friend, because I think it's gonna be fun, and I really like my sister's friend. She's really cool, and I think I'm gonna read The Sky and the Ocean. The Ocean Was Our Sky, or something like that, by Patrick Ness. It's in there. For the chapter book, I'm gonna be starting. Well, let's go look and see what I have. What are my plans for the next big chapter book? I'll probably be finishing A Clockwork Orange before jumping into A Court of Mist and Fury. So. Oh, actually, nope, take that back. I'm going to charge my Kindle, and I'm going to be reading a thriller by, it's like The Talkie or something like that. It was recommended to me by my mom's fiance. And he said it was one of the more scarier books he's ever read. So, that's what I'm reading next. Yeah. Okay. Today's video has been uploaded. I have my draft that I'm working on for my Wattpad project, which is just going to be a 1 draft. I don't think I'm going to ever revise this project. But I have that already programmed into my Scrivener file to work on the car ride. And I have my books in case I want to read on my Kindle. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be reading this today. I want to finish this today at some point. So this might be a later on tonight reading or not. I'm going to move into A Clockwork Orange on my Kindle, and hopefully I'll be able to finish it better there, read it a little faster is the plan. And then we're going to move into The Taking, which is a Dean Koontz horror novel, which is supposed to be pretty scary. But also, like I said, I want to read this. I'm also reading An Anonymous Girl, which you guys are probably thinking this is Sumi Books. I get it, but I don't think it is, so I'm okay. An Anonymous Girl, and that one is based off as a horror, it's a thriller or whatever. It's been really, really good. It just had one of the first twists in the first 3 hours of the book. Very much enjoyed myself with that one. So I walk to, but so I listen to while I walk. So, all right, that's all I need to update you guys on. All right. Okay, so I figured I'd update you guys and end the vlog, as my friend is coming today. She's going to be here in an hour or 2, and I'm not going to be vlogging while she's here, so I'm just going to end it. I'll start back up on Monday. For reading purposes, I did get through 20 to 30% of A Clockwork Orange on my Kindle yesterday during the car ride, and then I also got through, oh, I gotta choose a prompt. Never mind. I also got through. What did I get? Well, Rosie. I ended up DNFing my Rosie. That's what it was. Okay. I'm going to my Tumblr. In case you guys don't follow my Tumblr, you totally should. It's just JacobisHere at Tumblr. At tumblr.com or .tumblr.com. However it works. Yeah, Tumblr is. So we have 4 prompts to choose from, and just gonna come down here. I think my favorite one, the one I was most happy with, was day 2's prompt. I've yet to write this morning. I'm gonna have to write it without running, which feels weird to me, but this whole weekend I'm not running. I'll probably go for a walk. I don't know yet. I'm definitely on Sunday, but I don't know about today and tomorrow. Alright, the prompt I was following though was write a story about a character who's certain the world is going to end today. That is the prompt I'm going to give you guys. You guys, of course, always can go to my Tumblr and choose a different one, but comment down below what is your answer to that prompt if you guys want to. I give myself a 10-minute basis of writing, and I write like 200 or so words in that 10 minutes, and I call it a day, and it's really fun and gets my brain up and moving, and it's a really, really good exercise to wake up to. I highly recommend it. I'll be making a whole video of me writing prompts for a week. Since it's like a daily activity, and I'll just be making a video based on that, I think, at some point in my life. But for now, that's my prompt for the week. I'll put it down in the description as well, in case you guys didn't make it to the end of the video. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to down below, hit subscribe button. I'll see you all next time for another beautiful video. Thank you for watching. Bye.